All right, algebraic expressions. Let's get into these. All right, so we got 3 of these to look at, and we got the first one already written out here, and it's time to start solving it. Okay, so you got a bunch of stuff to unpack here. So we start off the distributive property, right? So we go 2 times x is 2x, 2 times -5, -10. So we got 2x minus 10 first, and then it says minus -2, right? You remember that 2 negatives makes a positive, so that's going to be plus 2 plus, all right, so we got 2x times 1 over x, right? And that's really like 2x over 1 times 1 over x. So, right, that ends up with 2x over x, right? Do we see that? 2x times 1 is 2x, x times 1 is x. It leaves us with 2x over x. Okay, then the 2x times 4, 8x, and all that equals 14. So hopefully everybody's good with what we just did there. Okay, so now we'll just solve one other little thing. 2x minus 10, and all the stuff we're just pulling down, plus 2. All right, and then you have the 2x divided by x. So 2x divided by x, the x's just cancel each other out, and you're just left with 2. Okay, now it's hopefully starting to look a little bit more manageable, right? From all of this, we combine the 2x and the 8x. That's 10x, right? And we have -10 plus 2 plus 2. That gives us -6. It's 14. Whoa. What happened there? Equals 14. All right. 10x minus 6 equals 14. Okay, so if we add 6 to both sides, it's going to say 10x is 20. X is 2. Okay, that's our final answer. Okay, so it's a bunch of, tedious little math stuff. Probably the place I would imagine that people could only place you really should be able to get confused here is when at the top when I multiplied 2x times 1 over x. And so let's go ahead and just make sure this makes sense. Okay, so I'm going to draw this out so that we can see it a little bit better. So I did 2x, which is 2x over 1 and 2x are the same thing, right? Times, and this is what we're doing right here, yeah? Okay, 2x times 1 over x. Okay, so then as you're multiplying these out, 2x times 1 equals 2x. 1 times x, right here, yeah? 1 times x. It's just x, or 1x. Okay, so then we had 2x over x, which is what we put in right here, yeah? And the way we got that to be 2 is that these x's, because they're exactly the same value, will cancel each other out, and then we're just left with 2. It's really the only place where people should get confused at all. Besides that, all the rest of it, pretty basic, and then you're just doing algebra. Okay, so let's erase this thing, and then we'll get back to doing the stuff without drawing it out. So sometimes drawing it out makes it a little bit easier. Okay. And get rid of all that. And I'm just going to pretend that's not there. Okay, what's next? X divided by 3 plus x divided by 4 equals 5. Okay, how do you do something like this? All right, so what really happens here is we need to go and find common denominator, right? Because we want, we would like to be able to add these two together, right? X plus 3, x divided by 3 plus x divided by 4, we'd like to be able to add these together. In order to do that, we need to have the same denominator. So we want that to be 12. right? So with x divided by 3, we're going to multiply the top and the bottom by 4 each, right? And so that leaves us with 4x over 12 plus x divided by 4. We'll multiply that by 3 on the top and 3 on the bottom, right? Whatever you do to the top, you got to do to the bottom. And so if we do that, that leaves us with 3x divided by 12 equals 5. Okay. So now it's getting a little bit more manageable. So 4x over 12 plus 3x over 12 equals 7x over 12, right? You add the numerators, denominator stays the same. That equals 5, okay? Now, all that's left, we have 7x over 12, and we want it just to say x, right? So now we multiply by the inverse. So multiply both sides by 12 over 7, right? And 12 over 7 times 7 over 12 equals 1. That means we're just left with x. 12 over 7, so this will say x equals, we have 5 for 1 times 12 over 7 equals, no, they don't know how to read me, equals 60 over 7. That would be our final answer. Okay, so that's how we do that one. And we got one more. Okay, we got x plus 4 divided by x equals 5. Okay, so what really happens here is the denominator, which is just that x, we would like to get rid of it, right? And anytime you want to get rid of the denominator, you've got to multiply it on both sides, right? So if I multiply by x on both sides, then that x in the denominator will go away. Isn't that nice? Okay, so we'll write that in, just make sure we got it. Multiply both sides by x. Okay, and so now we're just left with what was in the numerator. X plus 4 equals 5x. Okay, and from there, pretty simple, right? Just subtract, get rid of that x on the left side of the equation, subtract by x on both sides. That will leave us with 4x equals 4, divide each side by 4, x equals 1, right? And that's all we got to do. So that is all we got for the algebraic expressions. If you're on YouTube, if any of it doesn't make sense, leave a note for us and we'll address it and either try to make another video that clears it up or get a conversation going in the comment section.